Hi everybody, it's Elaine here, the Animal Reiki Lady, coming to you live. I was going to go outdoors today. I really wanted this to be a beautiful summer day. And I'm sorry, I have my computer open too, so I'm like seeing myself in two places. That's really weird. I wanted to go outside today, beautiful summer day, and all of a sudden this crazy storm whipped up. Here in Colorado, we have something called the monsoon season, and storms like out of nowhere, they just crop up and the wind starts blowing like crazy, so I couldn't be outside at all, if you wanted to hear anything. So hey, hi everybody who's joining me live. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. I feel like I hear a little bit of an echo, but neither here nor there. So I hope everybody is doing great today, wherever you are in the world. Let me know, please. Put a comment below. Let me know where you're tuning in from, wherever you are in the world. I have followers from all around the globe here on the Animal Reiki Lady, and I would love for us to share where you're from. Plus, when you put a comment in below, I get to see who is live. I see one, but I can't tell who it is because it's just a little tiny circle up there on the top of the screen. I would love to hear from you. I give a shout out and say hello to everybody who chimes in or sends me love hearts or puts a little comment in. And even if you don't do it, if you're catching this on the replay, I reply to everybody. I'll send you some love in some way, in one way or another, when you interact with my live streams. And today we are talking about how to become an animal guided healer. That is one of the things that has recently inspired me about Animal Reiki. And this particular topic was actually brought to my mind by two different individuals. One who was a level 1 student of mine, ready to take level 2. We're going to talk about that. Ready to take level 2 at the end of July, who has also been a member of my animal communication class. And also from a student who said, or from somebody who I wish would be my student, who said to me, well, Reiki is just Reiki and animals don't need anything different. And so both of those people are the ones who inspired my live stream today, talking about what is animal guided healing and how you can become an animal guided healer. So welcome everybody. It is so nice to see you here. The very first thing I'm going to do, because I think the notice just went out and I think I see Kayla. It's possible. I can't quite tell. Those little circles, I'm on my phone and you just get a tiny little circle up in the corner. So I do my best. So the first thing that I want to do, and I have a tissue here, good, is read a message that I received this morning from one of my students that just like touched my heart to the very core and really was the true inspiration behind this video. So hang on while I grab my computer because it's a long message and I can't remember it without looking and I'm on my phone. Okay, so this is the message that I woke up to today. I'm going to read it word for word. It's a little bit long. Bear with me because we're going to get to the point in just a second. We were talking about the animal communication course. It just ended the 4th of July weekend. It ended on Saturday. Hang on a quick second. Yeah, whatever. I just threw my pencil across the room. That's what you get with live stream videos. Hi everybody, it's good to see you. So if you'll bear with me for just a moment, I would like to read you this message that I woke up to this morning from one of my students who was also a member of my recent animal communication class. And we talked about one that I wanted to start in July, but there wasn't a lot of interest. And I have to remember that it was a holiday weekend here in the US. So I may put it out there again, but let me read this to you. She said, I think everyone should try it. After leaving level 1 and telling all my friends, they thought I was a little crazy. But I told them at the end of the day, whether you believe Reiki is real or not, I learned to deepen meditation and practice techniques. And the same goes for this group. She was talking about the animal communication group. Not every day was perfect, but we had connections and we learned. It's not even necessarily about all the communication. You become a better human on earth and learn to have a greater appreciation of life and nature. My boyfriend notices things more often too after me telling him to look for all the creatures every day. He tells me whenever my bird is outside, or he comes and says, come look at this bird, lizard, or bug, and just stands with me and watches. We had 2 hawks the other day above our garden and we were able to get close and just watch, and they stayed there in the tree until after we walked away. So cool. I could tell you a million times, I am so grateful to have met you. You changed my life forever. And let me tell you that I'm not the one who changed her life forever. She's the one who changed her life forever. The animals are the ones who changed her life forever. I now always think of the things I've learned every day and in all my choices as I become a vet. I will always keep the trainings in my heart to give animals the different kind of support they need. Amazing. I'm telling you, it still makes me tear up. That is the message I woke up to this morning. It made me cry. It gave me chills, and not just for me, but for her experience and for the future of all the animals that woman is going to be working with. Just amazing. And it really prompted me to create this video about animal guided healing that is so focused in our heart. And in a minute, we're going to talk about that comment. I woke up to an equally interesting comment that Reiki's just Reiki and animals don't need anything different. Well, tell that to the horse who's been beaten and starved and abused. And the last thing they want is a human being coming near them or touching them. How do you make that connection? How do you help them heal? By Animal Reiki. And you guys know, so I'm jumping way ahead, but I had to read that message because I love it so much. My name is Elaine, for those of you who may not know me. Every once in a while, this will just pop up randomly in somebody's feed. My name is Elaine McCarty. I'm the Animal Reiki Lady. I am a teacher and practitioner of a very specific form of Reiki for animals. It's called the Let Animals Lead method. It was developed by Kathleen Prasad, an Animal Reiki source. I encourage you to go check it out. Just go Google it. It'll pop up. An Animal Reiki source. And it is about building a deeper spiritual, energetic connection with animals than you have ever had before. We're going to talk about in a little bit, I don't want to get too far ahead, the 6 pillars of the Let Animals Lead method, but one of them is that animals are our greatest teachers. Animals are the ones who have more to teach us than we have to teach them. And when we heal together. When I have sessions with horses, well, with any animal, but horses come to mind right now. When I have sessions with horses, I come away feeling more alive, awake, and healed than before I went into the session. It's just such a mutually beautiful experience to share Reiki with a horse. But Animal Reiki. So what's the difference between human Reiki, animal Reiki? Actually, I'm going to talk about this more too. Once I get started, I can't shut up. Thank you everybody who's joining me live. It is great to see you. And in fact, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this video turns out with good enough quality that I get to post it on YouTube. I do have a YouTube channel, and I'm going to do a couple lessons all week long. I'm calling it Animal Reiki 101. And we're going to talk about something every single day to help bring and raise awareness for Animal Reiki. Because what it does is restore balance to our relationship with animals. All you need to do is turn on the news for 5 minutes. You only need to turn on the news for 1 minute, and you will understand why the animals are stepping up. And they're doing more than step up. The animals are the ones who are saying enough already. And they are reaching out through me and through all the amazing practitioners of Animal Reiki to help us shift our relationship and rebalance our relationship. I want to say, if you see behind me, I have this little dream catcher. If you were to look around my entire home, I am drawn towards Native American culture. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but I feel deeply drawn to the Native American culture. And why is it that people are drawn to Aboriginal cultures, Native American cultures, the cultures of the people who are closest to the earth, who had a relationship with the animals in their lives? They lived together in unison, in unity, and together we shared the planet. And we've lost that somewhere along the way. We have lost it with our hubris, our vanity, I could go on, but we've messed up that relationship. And it's time to equalize that relationship, to rebalance it, to rebalance our own connection with every living thing on this planet. And Animal Reiki is one amazing way to do that. I wanted to bring up one more thing, and that was the horses raised this up in me. It's not just a relationship with our animals and with Earth. It is a sacred relationship, and we have really, really let that go. So how do we reestablish that? And it's by understanding Animal Reiki. So what's the difference between human Reiki and Animal Reiki? Humans, and we're going to talk about this more in detail. Each day this week, I'm going to mention all these topics in more detail. Humans are comforted by touch. Reiki is a word, okay? Reiki, R-E-I-K-I, is just a word. Its meaning, however, its meaning is love. Its meaning is spirit. Its meaning is universal energy. It is that buzz you get whenever you feel a connection with a baby, with an animal, when you're looking at that sunset off in the sky, when you feel something that gives you goosebumps all over, something that gives you chills, something that makes you remember who you are, something that makes you remember your relationship to Mother Earth and to all the living creatures that are here, that is Reiki. We turn it off. Our mind, that chatterbox in the back of our head that goes all day long, the stress that we allow to invade our lives that causes, I feel like it's a visual, like it's a red wall that jumps right up in front of us, that doesn't let us listen to our spirit, to our higher self, to our soul connection, to God, to universe, to Allah, Buddha, Krishna. I don't care what you call it. It's all words. What you want is the feeling, that connection to something greater than you. And how we tap into that is what the basis of Animal Reiki is. So humans, that stress causes physical symptoms. And those physical symptoms can also arise in our animals. They can be stressed because we're stressed. Animals aren't naturally stressed. I mean, they have some flight or fight response stress, but otherwise they don't normally feel the stress unless we bring it into our homes. So many of our domestic animals are super stressed. Think about animals on factory farms. Wow, stress level. That's a whole topic for another day. But that stress causes the imbalance. Reiki allows us to rebalance. It allows us to rebalance. You know, if you listen to it, there's all kinds of, in the Hindu tradition, there are chakras. You may or may not have heard of chakras. They line up. In the Japanese tradition, there are 3. And when we're stressed and when we're out of sorts, whether it's spiritually, physically, mentally, that energy's all over the place. So we use Reiki to help us rebalance. And human beings are comforted by that sense of touch. And we focus on those energetic centers and help our bodies rebalance. And when we do that, it allows them also to heal. So reducing the stress, rebalancing, helps our bodies to do what we naturally know how to do, and that's heal. Animals, let's be very specific. Let's talk about animals that have been abused, neglected, beaten, starved, all of those things that want to break our heart. How do we connect with them? Because they're not, the last thing they want is a human being to touch them. A horse who's been whipped does not want a human being to come near them. A horse who has been starved is going to be very distrustful of us. So we practice the Let Animals Lead method. It's based in energy. It's based in meditation. It is based in techniques that allow us to quiet our own mind, turn off that chatterbox, and connect with them heart to heart. And the heart-to-heart connection with an animal is the single best way to help them rebalance. So it helps their stress levels abate, it helps them rebalance, it helps them heal, and in this really interesting dynamic occurs then when we have mutual healing and mutual learning and mutual teaching. There is nothing like the feeling of a horse who refused to be touched coming over and resting her head on your shoulder. Okay, that one still always gets me. Coming over and resting her head on your shoulder after refusing to be touched. That is why Reiki for animals is so different than Reiki for people. We can make amazing, astounding breakthroughs with animals when we learn the techniques, understand how to quiet our mind, practice the meditations. And what happens when I teach? So I teach Animal Reiki. I practice this as well. So I've got private clients and I help them. It's not just me and the animal. It's myself and the animal and their human companion. And together, think of the power that we have when we are together like that, sharing that space of love. Anyway, when I teach Animal Reiki, we teach it in the same 3 levels. So Reiki is a Japanese system of stress reduction and relaxation. It's tapping into universal love. With humans, we use touch. With animals, we use our heart and our mind and our soul and meditation. So I teach the techniques for helping you to get there. I know how it is. Trust me, guys. I was in corporate for 35 years. I didn't meditate a day in my life until I was well past the age of 50. And once I understood how these techniques worked, and once I practiced them every day, and once I began seeing the results with the animals I worked with, I don't need any more convincing. It's the way I live my life now every day. You guys have seen this, right? I've shared the picture of that deer That deer on the 4th of July who just sat there on the lawn and let me sit right next to him and share the space for hours. He didn't move. We shared a space. The love was unbelievable. It was like connecting with an old soul that I had known all my life. And yes, you can have that too. So I teach 3 different levels of Animal Reiki. Level 1 is the basics. We teach you the foundations, the meditations. How do you start to quiet your mind? Level 2 is the more advanced techniques, including the distance techniques. Level 3 is all about you mastering. It becomes a Reiki master, and Reiki master doesn't mean I'm the master of anything. It means that I am mastering deeper connections with universal spirit and deeper connections with the animals that I work with, and then I can also teach it. So those are the 3 levels, and I can always talk more about those, but I have a level 2. Level 1, so as you guys know, right? Who doesn't know? You'd have to be living under a rock. The first 6 months of the year, the whole training schedule, right out the window. There's nothing we can do about that. Classes got postponed, canceled, moved. I was able to get in 2 level 1s, one in Florida and one in Colorado. So I'm rebuilding the rest of the schedule for the rest of the year. So for those of you who are really interested, just send me a private message or put I'm in below with your state, because I will go anywhere. I am not tied to Colorado. I have 2 sanctuaries I work with, one here in Colorado, one out in Florida. And I travel back and forth, weather dependent. But I will go anywhere in the world. I promise you. I'm not limiting myself. Reiki isn't limited by geography. I'm not limited by geography. If you are interested in learning Animal Reiki, you put a little comment below with the state or country that you're in, or send me a private message. I don't care. You guys, I'm so easy to talk to. I'll jump on the phone. I'll do a video chat. I'll be on video. You don't have to be. But I've got level 2 coming up. So level 2 is the advanced techniques. If you are already a Reiki practitioner, level 1 or level 2, and you would like to add animals to your practice, come to the level 2 training. It's July 25th and 26th. July 25th and 26th. It's held at the 3 Sevens Animal Sanctuary in Parkland, Florida. So I always work with private sanctuaries. You won't have to worry. So if you're concerned about any of the current global crazy shenanigans going on, we limit the attendance. It's always with a private sanctuary. We take every effort possible to make you comfortable and safe and to keep the environment safe. So, and we would do that anyway, but we'll do all that extra stuff too, so you don't have to worry about that. Look, I'm sorry, runny nose. So that is July 25th and 26th. It's already starting to fill, and we're limiting it to 6 people. So you want to get in touch with me sooner rather than later. I will put the link below. I also have a link that is pinned to the very top of my Facebook page. Just head up there. You can click the link. It should be super easy to register, and we'll get you into that class. If you're not sure, if you're unsure if you have the gift, which everybody does, by the way, if you're unsure if you have the background or enough Reiki experience, just reach out to me. We'll talk about it. I'll help you whether or not, and we might even do a little online thing. And I'm going to do Animal Reiki 101 all week long to give you some introduction to the basics. So that's July 25th and 26th. We practice with live animals, rescued animals, sanctuary animals. These animals are in a sanctuary where they will never have to work again a day in their life. They have freedom and roaming and love and fun, and a beautiful organic nutrition. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable space that we're going to practice Reiki on July 25th and 26th. And the way that classes are set up, no matter which level you take, we practice like theory for a few hours, then we go right out and practice with the animals. We come back and we debrief, we talk about our experience, learn a little bit more, and head right back out with the animals so that you have the time to experience Reiki with every animal. Horses, donkeys, chickens, goats, dogs, cats, rabbits, monarch butterflies. They're beautiful. The day you share Reiki with a butterfly. So that's July 25th and 26th. I'm building out the rest of the schedule for the rest of the year between here in Colorado and down in Florida, and I will travel anywhere in the world. So reach out to me if you are interested in that, and we can start making that happen. I'm desperate to go to the UK. I really want to go to Greece. I know that there are some beautiful horse sanctuaries in the UK, donkey sanctuaries in Greece. So my heart is being pulled to those places. So this week, if you want to learn a little bit more, all week long, I'm calling it Animal Reiki 101, and we're going to talk about the Let Animals Lead method, and there's 6 very specific principles to the Let Animals Lead method. We're going to talk about the Reiki precepts, some Reiki basics. We'll talk a little bit more about the difference between human and animal Reiki. By the way, you do get a certification in each level of Reiki, and that was the other thing that this person brought up. What do you mean certification? It's the Usui line of Reiki, and you're certified at level 1 is Shoden, level 2 is Okuden, and level 3 is Shinpenden. So you get the traditional Reiki certifications, but with the very specific focus of working with animals. And the best way to describe it is animal guided healing. And this is exactly what you're going to learn. So I think that's it for now. If you have any questions, you guys know what to do. Post your questions below. I answer all questions. I say hi to everybody. I don't see any comments, but I see at least 7 people who have joined me in and out. So it's like gone up and down throughout the video. I am so happy that you've come to spend some time with me, and I hope wherever you are in the world, you have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or sleep tight. Sweet dreams. Okay, guys, I will talk to you later. I'll talk to you again tomorrow with our first Animal Reiki 101 course. All right, see you guys. Bye.